So these people figure, well, hey, let's set this up in the temple. I mean, people are coming to the temple in order to make sacrifices. Let's just make it real convenient for them. And we could, you know, obviously they're making money at it. They're buying and selling and changing money. And, you know, but the problem still wasn't with the prophet either. Because again, if it's just a prophet, then why would you drive out people who are buying stuff? The problem is that they're doing this in the house of God. That was the real issue. That's the real problem. And in modern terms, it would be like, you know, when you walk into our church, we've got Bibles out there. We usually have DVDs and stuff. And those are all, you know, things that you use that are like church material, right? Things that could be used in the worship service, things that could be used for God. Well, if we were out there and we had a cash register set up and saying, okay, well, we're selling all this stuff now, it wouldn't be any different than what was happening in the temple. It's exactly the same thing, which is why we don't charge anyone for anything in this church. We have free materials. We have free Bibles. All the resources are free. You want that songbook that we're singing out of tonight? Take it home with you and use it to sing out of, because we're not going to sell you anything in this church, because we're not going to change God's house, which is supposed to be a house of prayer. It's supposed to be a place where people can just go to unadulterated and worship God and pray and sing and fellowship without worrying about having to buy something. Because that's not what God's house is about at all. It's not about buying and selling. You say, yeah, but they need to get their sacrifices from somewhere. Yeah, they need to get their sacrifices from somewhere, but it's not going to be done in the temple of God. It's going to be done somewhere else. Go out in the store, go out in the market, go out and buy what you need to buy and then bring it in. But it's not, those transactions are not to be made in the house of God. Jesus Christ could not be clearer about this. He drove them out in John chapter 2. He made a whip. He's throwing over their table. I mean, when do you ever see Jesus behaving like this, where he's literally just taking tables and throwing them over and he's making a big ruckus? Okay, this is Jesus Christ of the Bible. Be introduced to Jesus. Okay, he's not just coming in as a pacifist and speaking real softly and going, oh, children, this is not good. Right? But that's what the world would have you think about Jesus. No, he comes in and he's angry. Because he sees what's going on. He says, no, we're not going to allow this in my Father's house. And it makes him mad. And he comes in, he's throwing the tables over. He's like, get out of here. Get out of the house of God. This is a house of prayer. That's how Jesus acted. You don't always understand that when you're just reading it, but just stop and think about it for a minute. If he's flipping over tables, how do you think he's acting? I've never seen someone calmly flip over tables, right? Or calmly drive people out with a whip. It made him mad, and you know what? It should make us mad. You know what should make you mad? Go into a church where they've got a Starbucks set up and they're selling coffee to people that are coming into church. And you know what? You go to one of these churches, you better not be going and buying any of that stuff. You don't buy anything. And I don't care, obviously we don't have a coffee shop. We got free coffee, right? And I don't care how many, I don't care how many people we have coming to church. If we turn into a mega church, we'll always have free coffee. Right? We'll always have free everything. The way that we do things now, it doesn't matter, right? And if we're not able to afford to give things away for free, then we just won't have it available. That's the bottom line.